Welcome to Sing Scarlet for your Friday morning recap episode. We're doing this after Texas Tech just won a wild and woolly Pac-12 old school after dark game against an old Pac-12 team in Arizona State. Tyler, 3-2. Taylor Shchesky, thanks for saving our lives. Literally. We're gonna recap that in full, but that was insanity. We got the highlights for you. We have Taylor herself in the post game and everything that we think happened. We're going to preview their game on Sunday. They're back in first place in the Big 12 by 1 point, but massive move up because Baylor lost tonight. All the things that we needed to happen happened. Now we have to go take care of business on Sunday. We'll talk about that game. We have football's preview for Arizona State. We've already beaten them in soccer. Now we're going to beat them in the other football. Really make their weeks sad and lonely and gloomy. Well, we have the preview because we know they're 6-0, but only because of our scouting report. We got it for you. Softball had their final fall ball scrimmage, and Tyler was able to go. So we got some notes from that. Sounds like it was a fun one. They got a couple of recruits. We'll briefly touch on them. New signees, or commits, I should say. And then volleyball takes on BYU on Saturday at home. Wear pink. Dig pink, I believe is what they're calling it, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right. All right. That's what I got, Tyler. How are you doing?
I am super excited that we survived and advanced the Sun Devils. I was not expecting that to happen in the second half, but it
Just not
happened.
familiar with your game?
Yeah, I wasn't very familiar with that. I called the 3 goals from us, but I just didn't think that Arizona State was gonna get on the board. But that's okay. Z came through in the final 5 minutes, so I'm super excited about that, and I'm really excited that we started off Arizona State Hate Week off to a very, very, very good start. And then we'll do it again in 2 days for the other football, or
Yeah.
tomorrow for the other football.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if the soccer team will get to stay in Tempe and go to the game. I know there was discussion about that, but I don't know if that works travel
Ooh,
wise, but we'll see.
that'd be
Because they're
fun.
very close together. So Tom was saying something about it just matter of if the practice schedules work out, if they can do that or not, but they would try. But I don't know if he meant actually go to the game or just watch it somewhere. But anyway, they might show up in the stadium, so find them on TV. That would be hype if the soccer team like right next to each other, right? So like you could like be staying in the middle. It wouldn't like affect your travel. Anyway, before we get into the game tonight in soccer, real quickly, best things we saw this week. I'll start with the Lady Raiders. Coach Gerlich went and took over some classrooms apparently. That's really cool. Love a good promo. Next time they need to do like a one-on-one contest with a goal or something. I don't know. That'd be fun. I saw soccer did that. Maybe it was like FSU or something. Took over the classrooms and they were playing one-on-one with the professors. Just that would be hype. But my favorite thing of that, the best thing I saw in that was Tyler. He was in the video in the back, so wanted to give our guy a shout out. So doing the dang thing with marketing.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got to organize those classroom visits, so that was exciting to
Good
see
job,
that.
Tyler.
And I don't know, I never got the professor's name because it was very like a hectic exchange, but we went to a classroom thinking that it was one professor I was in contact with, and we come to find out, oh no, it wasn't that professor, and it wasn't in that building, but it was already too late. We had all the players, so we had some random professor that just welcomed in the Lady Raider basketball team. It was 3 of our players, and we just went about it and did our marketing work. So we got it all worked.
I'm just
I mean, we got
imagining
everything worked
the
out, but
I'm just imagining the other professors like, are they ever gonna come? Or like
yeah,
they're just like waiting on you.
yeah,
That's funny. Good for
we're
them.
working
Good for
all, yeah,
them.
we're working the rest of that out, but the situation out. But I just thought it was hilarious, and then our players just rolled with it, and the professor was so nice about it. He's like, "Oh, women's basketball, come on in." So that was really funny. But yeah, no, I think that the students loved it, and the teachers just ate that up. I mean, they had a blast. So yeah, that was good. And
Yeah, they're getting
then
ready to go to media days next week, and they're doing some scrimmages and stuff. I think over the next few weeks, and it'll be here before you know it. Go watch that team in person in November.
yes, it's going to be a super exciting season. And then my next thing that I saw that was good this week was volleyball came out to the Student Union building today to pass out candy and flyers to encourage students to go to their right cancer match. They did a very great job. Sierra was getting a lot of traction from handing out all the stuff. Like everybody, like she was a pro marketer. So I don't know what her major is, but she may need to consider marketing because I mean,
Tyler's trying
she
to
was
recruit
chasing
her.
those
It's like, come join the
yeah,
team.
she was chasing those students down. And then there were other I think there were other players. I think it may have been Addie or somebody that there was a guy, it's in the video, but there was a guy that was literally on this like I don't know why he was on this very tall bicycle type, like circus type bicycle thing, but literally was just
Okay.
able to throw him a poster, a volleyball poster with him on the bike. I mean, we had all sorts of crazy things going on today at the sub, but
Athletes.
yeah, but volleyball's getting those students to go. So we better see y'all. As Sierra said, she better see y'all there. Don't lie to her. That's not cool to lie. So be
It's not
there.
cool to lie. Be there. Be there, wear pink, all the things, get a big, I mean, we'll talk about that in a minute, but they're playing a ranked team, a good team in
Mhm.
BYU, good volleyball happening in Lubbock, and everything else is out of town, right? So you need to
Mhm.
get your Red Raider spirit in. Go over to the USA on Saturday. And it's like early, so you can do that and then get home, watch the football game. It all fits into your schedule, no problem. Moving in to the game of the night, Tyler, you did predict correctly, like you said, that we would score 3 goals, which is great. Offense was clicking in the first half. I was like, man, this is the best we've looked in a minute. Like everybody's involved. Sam was being creative and doing what she does in the midfield. Found Z. Taylor Shesky got her, was it 11th goal of the year, like less than 5 minutes into the game. You're like, okay, they couldn't stop Macy Blackburn. She was making people look silly. I mean, they were giving her all sorts of space. She was serving them up, and then finally serves one up and finds Story Sexton for her first goal of the year. Like it was, I mean, Macy about just carried the ball and put it on Story's foot, and then
Beautiful.
she just tapped in the goal. It was one of the, you know how I was hyping up the Cameron Valadares girl about her assist that was on the ground and curved around 4 people. It's like Macy was like, yeah, bet I'm gonna do that in this game because that's exactly what hers was. It was like curved on the ground. Like usually Macy's assists are in the air, right? But it was like on the ground through 3 people, like curved around right to the foot of Story, and all she had to do was touch it. And the keeper like did the splits. It was crazy. She tried to stop it and she couldn't. And we were up 2-0 pretty like midway through the second half or the first half, and things were looking good. Easily could have been 3-0 in the first half. Maybe that would have made our life easier, but um you take a 2-0 lead at half. I mean, we were thoroughly dominating. I think the shots were like 12-1 or something at halftime. Looking good. The announcers are like, this is the best team that we've seen all year. Singing our praises. This is where I think things changed. Well, also, first, credit to the Arizona State coach. He was trying to send a message in live action in the first half because he used all of his subs. At one point, he put in his backup goalkeeper. She had to change socks and everything because they didn't have anyone else to put a sub
Oh
in.
my gosh.
And like it was like he was trying to be like, if you're not going to play hard, then I'll put somebody in. Anyway, so that was the first step to his mission. And then he basically called his team soft on national, well, not national TV, but ESPN Plus, headed to the locker room. And I said, if he's saying that on the interview and to the public, I don't know what he's about to say to his team in the locker room. And he said something, and it fired him up, Tyler. And so he's a great coach, been there for a while, and his team very much respects him because that can go one of two ways. It can go bad, and they look even worse in the second half, but they took it to us in the second half. Not gonna lie. They came out punching. I don't know. Tactically, we haven't been able to hear from Tom Stone yet. I'm sure the soccer of it, we'll leave the coaching to the coaches. There's something that Arizona State figured out and was attacking, and we couldn't adjust to it quite soon enough. Or if it was simply like we just weren't ready for them to be playing that aggressively after we were the aggressors in the first half. I'm not sure, but they scored pretty early into the first half. A deep shot. I don't really know if we could have done much more other than not allowing them to get it in that position. Same thing on the second goal. Just a great goal. Again, don't think Faith could have stopped it really, other than we just maybe shouldn't have had her in that position. She made a couple of big stops in the second half to keep it at 2-2. Macy went down injured for a little bit. It was already at 2-2, to be clear, when she left the game. But we were out there playing without her. Alana came in, almost scored, actually. Went off the post. And then Macy came back in. And then the moments. I think Story Sexton might have gotten an assist on the goal. So she might have gotten a goal and an assist on the night. Flicks it back to Z. Way too much space for Z, which is not very much space for most people, but plenty for her. Just upper 90, like nobody's stopping that. And let it be known, the Arizona State keeper is tied for the school lead in career shutouts. So like she's pretty good, and she couldn't get to that. No one could. And we won, Tyler. Moved us to first place in the Big 12. Baylor lost to TCU earlier tonight. We're in sole possession of first place right now with 4 games to go, but only by 1 point. Baylor and Colorado TCU and Colorado are right behind us. We obviously play Colorado next week, but yeah, that's kind of like the actual recap of it. We'll show you the highlights. Just one of those games where I think I said on Twitter, and I probably can't type this in my actual official recap on 3 that'll come out tomorrow. But that's my Twitter caption is really my recap of the game. Is like sometimes you just need to get knocked on your ass to prove yourself, like to prove to yourself that you can get up and punch back. And I feel like that's what they did. The soccer of it, we'll leave it to the coaches. There's clearly something that Arizona State figured out, like I said, that we need to get shared up before Arizona. But to have that about them to go score, Taylor Strzelecki is an elite player. We said that earlier in the year. When you have elite players like her, Macy, some others on this team, they can pull things out of there sometimes and help you win a game that maybe felt like you were not going to there in the second half. That it might be a draw or Arizona State might find a way to even steal it from you. So that's where I was. I know you were here and there in the second half, but you're still following from where you were. What do you got? And then we can show the highlights.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely this game is like definition of what men's basketball uses. The toughest team wins, and I think we were the toughest
Yeah.
team. I mean, like, you do blow that 2 goal lead, but then you being able to get back and get another goal in there in that last 5 minutes, I think speaks a lot about this team. You go back to last week where you had way too many missed opportunities against TCU where you could have won
They
that
fixed that?
game. And yeah, they fixed it because I mean, I would argue that this one mattered a lot more because if you lose this, a draw not necessarily would hurt you, but still, it really does mess up a lot of the special things you're trying to
They
do
had to win.
in the race. Yeah, it was a must win. So this one I think is even more like, all right, like toughest team, like you have to get it together and you have to win this out. And I'm just glad that we were able to do it, and I'm glad that we were able to get it to Z and she was able to finish and get that upper 90. Because as we said, if you give her some space and with her size, no one is gonna be able to stop that goal. I don't care if you're the best goalkeeper in the world, you're not gonna be able to stop as Taylor Jerzewski goal. Jerzewski, Z
Just Z.
goal.
Just go
Yeah,
with
just
Z.
Z goal. Yeah.
The statue that they build out of her outside the stadium is just gonna have Z on it.
Yeah,
So
right.
everybody can do the Z
The
thing
Z. The Z.
from
There we
their
go.
home. Yeah, no, she was great. She's already moving up. I think she's in the top 10 for all time goal score now. She has see, she had 12, or she has 12 now this year, which is second in the Big 12, and she had 10 last year. She has 22 goals. And remember, this is all in the last 2 years because her first 2 years on campus were a little crazy up and down with injuries. And when she's gotten healthy, you'll see in who she is. I mean, she's an elite goal scorer, and we're very very lucky to have her, lucky to have Macy Blackburn, lucky to have everybody. There was some good play. I thought Sam was really good in the first half. I just don't really know what happened in the second half. But what I will say is we did get post game from Tom Stone. So let's show that to you now.
We were outstanding in the first half and stormed out to a 2-goal lead, but we warned the team at halftime, like, this is a proud team. They really need points. We're going to see something different from them in the second half, and I thought ASU did great. They came after us. They pressed us a little higher. They forced some turnovers. And at the same time, we got really hasty with the ball. It was not a good possession performance for us, but it was a gutsy, resilient, play to the finish line performance by us. And we calmed down enough in the last 10 minutes to create some real chances, get numbers in the box, get service. And then, it gets to one of the best goal scorers we've had through the years. And Z did what Z does. And thankfully, bailed us out because we put ourselves in a pretty deep hole.
And there you go. We said there was probably something that Arizona State was doing that was different. He says they were pressing higher. Yes. We were just turning it over a lot, to be honest, and I couldn't quite put my finger on what was going on. But yeah, like I said earlier, I think it's just a show of good coaching, a team that's good. I mean, I said on Monday, they had good players. Like, they're fun to watch, and Arizona State was fun to watch, probably for their team fans tonight in the second half. For me, not so enjoyable. As a Texas Tech fan, was a little terrifying. But like Tom said, they were able to kind of calm themselves down a little bit. It helped when Macy came back in the game. Maybe that gave them a little bit of calm. But then Z just went and did what she did to get us the winner. And You got 3 points and you're in first place. Yeah, a draw would have been fine, but I don't think you win the Big 12 if you draw with Arizona State tonight, unless you get a lot of help. Now you don't need help. You still you have firm control of your destiny the rest of the way. To just take care of business, and you're being in a really good spot. One game at a time and all of that, like he's talking about. But for us on this show, just forecasting, Texas Tech now does control their destiny again, which because of the Houston draw earlier in the season, they didn't, because Baylor, even beating them, had 1 point over us. Now Baylor lost. We have control of that again. You just could not afford to trip up again tonight, and somehow they got out of there and won. And that's what teams do. Like I've watched really good teams have games just like this before, and you're like, wow, it's really cool that team has that player that can like just do something. And like we have that player and Taylor on the team that just went and did something, and that should give them confidence moving forward into the next game. But let's show Taylor's, or do you have any thoughts on Tom's, Tyler? And then we can show Taylor's post game as well, since she got to do the official one on TV and everything. Gotta let her shine.
Yeah, let's move right into Taylor's.
Yeah, I mean, tonight was a game. We knew that every game in Big 12 was going to be tough, and this one definitely required all 90 minutes from our team. And I'm just proud of our perseverance and our resistance to ASU. They definitely gave us a challenge, but I'm glad that we were able to come out on top in the full 90.
And just talk about a little bit what's going through your mind on that second goal there. You know, ASU's able to tie it up. You see Blackburn go down with a little bit of an injury 10 minutes before. What's kind of going through your mind as you slot that second one home?
Yeah, I mean, I know we came here to get 3 points, not a loss, not a tie, and we clearly need to put a shot on frame for that. And we were on the attack for plenty, and my teammates gave me good runs, and it was able to open up a window for me to take that shot to get us the lead.
Taylor, you've been here for a couple of years. You've seen some really good Texas Tech teams. Where do you think this group ranks, and what's your guys' odds of being really competitive down the stretch?
Yeah, for sure. I think every team that I've been a part of has been super good, and we have the opportunity to do great things this season. But as far as it goes right now, we just need to take one game at a time, and we did that tonight, so now we can look forward to Sunday.
All right, Taylor, good luck on Sunday. Go get with your team.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Was Taylor Strzeski. So you've heard from the goal scorer. She had a brace tonight. She had one in the first 5 minutes, Tyler. You're about to see that right here. She had one in the last 5 minutes, Tyler. What a storyline. That was, I mean, she's great. She's on her way to be a GOAT, maybe. I don't know. Those big words. We've had some big ones at the school, but she's got a whole year and a half left. So let's show you the highlights. You kind of let the coach and Taylor set the stage. We tried as well, but the important ones did, and now you get to watch it. I'm going to turn the sound down because...
It'll fall right at the feet of court right.
Great pass by Sam. And then that's probably what the ASU coach was talking about, because they just gave her a lot of space, and he was like, what are y'all doing? And you can't give Taylor Strzeski that much space. Right. I don't care how good your keeper is. You just can't. She's going to put it in a spot you can't get to it. And we were up 1-0 early, just like we've done before. This was kind of a game where offensively they've done everything in this one, except a set piece. But scored early, scored late, all the things. She does her Z celebration. Trademark. Look at this. Keeper thought she was about to go opposite side. No look. Soccer players amaze me. Like basketball, shooting threes is just shooting threes. And I get it's like a timing thing, and you do it so many times that it's clockwork. And maybe that's what it is in soccer too. But I swear they're not even looking at the goal when they shoot these. Like, I don't understand. That one was from Z as well. Off the crossbar. We would have been up 2-0 like 5 minutes later. Macy had a ton of space in this. Don't really know why. Seems like a poor life choice. Look at that. Oh,
Easy.
God. I mean, easy. That was, I mean, literally, it's like she carried it and put it on Story's foot, and she tapped it in. But good job being there. Great run. Story was really active tonight. She was in a lot of good spots. And again, you'll see on the final goal, she's the one that creates the space. He talks about that in her post game. She talked about how my teammates created the runs and created the space for me to work, and Story did that on the final goal too. So she had an assist and a goal in this. Macy now has 10 assists on the year. That's got to be up there in the country. First in the Big 12. 45 in her career, some absurd number. We're blessed, and I mean, look at that. Like, what are we? She's AI. She's AI. She's not a real person. End of the first half was our last chance. This was like, it could have been up 3-0. I can't remember what happened. I just remember it was a good chance. And that was kind of the end of the half, I think. might be lying to you guys. What happened in the first half? Yeah, we're in the second half, and as you can see, it's already 2-1. Because again, Texas Tech highlights don't show the bad stuff. But the first goal was just about from the same spot she's in right now, just a deep shot, upper 90, similar to Taylor's goal. Faith just couldn't get to it. Now Faith kind of stood on her head for us a couple of times in this to keep it to what would eventually be 2 goals from Arizona State. I mean, thank you, Faith win. Yeah, they could have had 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of the half. It was just, we were just on our back heels in a way I haven't seen this team in a bit. It was weird, but Arizona State's really good. So, I mean, they have good skilled players, I guess you would say. And they were taking good hacks. These were not cheap goals that they were getting. This is a really good chance here, a good combination play. I think it's going to end up with Kylie Barr. She almost got a great assist on this. Look at this. Served it up on a platter for Peyton Parsons right in the middle of the box. Turns on it, burns on it. Great save by the Arizona keeper.
So close.
That could have been a goal as well. But Kylie had maybe not as much space in this to work, but she did have a couple of good balls over. The announcers were just like amazed with the fact that both of our outside backs were living in their 18 in the first half. But they did a good job of countering that in the second half. Here's another save from Faith Wynn. Look at this. Basically a one-on-one moment spot to... Yeah, stops it. That was a terrifying one. They had a couple of free kicks right outside the box. Some chippiness was going on in the second half. I did appreciate that we fought back and got a yellow card ourselves, you know. Here's the goal. So you just saw Story Sexton to make that run. Tap it back. Arizona State is arguing at the end of this that she was offsides, but they didn't call it, so I'm going to say she wasn't. And Taylor does the rest. I mean, you're going to get to see replays of this, surely to goodness. Otherwise, I'll back it up for you. Sam almost, it's a good thing Z is so strong. Because on the replay, hopefully they saw it. Sam, full-on jumps on her shoulders, basically. And then Z just holds her with one arm. But, Sam lost her mind. Watch this. I mean, come on. Look at Sam. She hops on her. What do we do? I don't understand soccer players. I don't get it, how they can do that. I guess it's just hours and hours of practice, the same thing as other sports, but it blows my mind. So, yeah, that's add it to the list of Taylor Sherdesky really trying to get into that legend status at Texas Tech. She's eking her way up there on the top 10 goal list, and that's a big moment, especially if this team goes on and does, wins the Big 12. Long ways to go, but that'll be on the highlight reel for sure, because we're just not winning the Big 12 if you get a draw tonight without a lot of help. So massive moment. Got it done, Tyler. Now, as Tom said, actually, we'll just show you this. He previews Arizona real briefly and the rest of his thing, and then we'll let Tyler break down how we're going to beat the Wildcats since he does it so well. And, we haven't lost a game in Big 12 yet because of Tyler's scouting reports, so got to let it keep going.
Everybody talks about one game at a time, and that's true. But now the first game had a lot of disappointment despite the victory. And those are mixed feelings, right? You're thrilled with your team pulling off the win and scoring 3 goals, but you're disappointed the 2 you gave up. But you turn your attention immediately to Sunday. And Arizona's a scrappy team, really well coached. And they've given us problems every year. So we don't expect anything less but another really tough game on the road, this time, in Tucson.
That's right. And he talks about every year. I don't think we've played Arizona in the Big 12 yet. But what he's referring to is we used to play Arizona and Arizona State quite often in the non-con in the Tom Stone era. So I guess style of play-wise, they should be familiar with each other, even if some of the players maybe haven't actually gone up against each other. But yeah, take it away, Tyler. What do you got on Arizona?
Yeah, so the last time we played Arizona was in Tucson, ironically, and it ended up being a 1-1 draw. It was in our special season in 2023, but this time we are going to beat them because Arizona is they're kind of having a down year. They're kind of struggling. They're kind of at the bottom of the conference right now. They're 7-8. Also, it's so weird to see a soccer record without draws because it seems like in the Big 12 everyone has gotten at least one draw, but Arizona has yet to join that.
They do go all out. They do play for the win, and so that means they either win or they lose.
Yes,
I respect that about them.
Yes, they're 2-5 in conference. They do have a 6-2 record at home though, so it's just something to keep an eye on. The game is, I think, supposed to be on ESPNU. I'm pretty
It
positive.
is. I
Okay.
double checked that. 2 p.m. Central on ESPNU. So national TV game.
Awesome.
Let's
Don't
go.
even have to
I was
worry
hoping they were
about
going
it.
to ask Tom about that, but maybe they don't even know. I wonder if they've even realized it yet. That'd be funny if they don't know.
Well,
Well, they're
too
going to
late.
learn.
Yeah. Well, I think that's super exciting. I mean, especially after the whole, NCAA top 16 RPI thing. Like now, the entire country who doesn't have an ESPN Plus subscription can now see how good Texas Tech soccer really is,
It's
and that.
it's funny. Will that we'll have to check. That might come out before our next game because last week it came out on Saturday, so I don't know how that works. But anyway, I guess we'll have
Oh,
to monitor
or it
that.
came out on Sunday, like in the middle of the TCU Duke
Oh, did it? That's
matchup.
right. It was
Yeah,
Sunday. So maybe they'll be smart and wait till the end of the day on Sunday. Now
we'll
it's
see.
that's so.
Well,
Yeah.
all eyes
Sorry.
on
Continue.
Texas Tech. But yeah, we'll definitely hopefully we'll crack into that. But yeah, Arizona 93 in the RPI, they did bump down. They just lost to BYU tonight 3-2. Ironic because, we won
It
3 to
was
2.
literally the same game, Tyler. I was telling Tyler before we started. Arizona was down 2-0 at halftime to BYU. They scored 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of the second half to go 2-2. Literally the same script basically as our game with Arizona State, and then BYU late at the end of in the second half scored a goal to win it 3-2, just like we did. I don't know, something's in the water, but no, they're a good team. But I'll give my thoughts afterwards for sure. They have talent, I guess is what the word is. They're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Their biggest win of the year is they beat UCF 1-0, and then they do have losses to Iowa State 0-1, who we beat, Utah 0-1, who's just not really great, and Cincinnati 0-1 as well.
Well, Utah's been better
Oh,
actually.
they have.
I know we talk shit about them.
Oh.
They're all the way up to like 50 in the RPI or
Oh,
something.
okay.
They've been
Well,
winning games. Cincinnati, not
oh, okay. Well,
not hurt. You're on the right track though.
right. When we're looking at Arizona players to watch, to this week, I'm actually giving y'all positions for each of them because I find that more interesting. Yeah, we're
Okay.
upgrading a little bit. Aurora Gaines is a forward. Sammy Batosh is a middle fielder. Lily Boydston is a middle fielder. Narissa Foltz is also a forward, and then Marissa Arntz is a defender. Leading in goals is Aurora with 4, Jessica with 3, Sammy and Lily and Narissa with 2. And assists, Sammy leads with 4, Aurora behind her with 3, and then Lily and Rose with 2. Shots, Narissa Foltz takes the most shots on the team with 22. Aurora has 16. Marissa has 13. That's the defender. Lily has 12, and Jessica has 10, and then Sammy and Rose both have 9. So literally, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's about 7 players that are all contributing almost double digits in shots on the entire season. So they really do have a lot of talent that they're working around and trying to see who they can play through. Now, as far as those goals actually, getting on target, Narissa Foltz leads with 11. Aurora right behind that with 9. Her name's come up a bit. Their defender, Marissa, has 8, which this is really cool. Well, cool, not really. Well, cool for them, not for our perspective since we have to play them. But Marissa Arntz, I would not sleep on her because she
Okay.
literally has, let's see, 13 shots, and 8 of those have been on goal. That's the best conversion percentage on the entire team for them. So that's just something to watch out for. Same thing with Sammy Batosh. She has 7 shots on goal, and then she has 9 shots on the season. So both of them have pretty much had their shots, like, be pretty close to becoming goals. So that's just something to look out for. And in goalkeeping, they only have one goalkeeper that's played the entire year. They don't even mess around with their second goalkeeper, Olivia Ramey. 21 goals allowed and 55 saves. So that's quite a bit. She's not the best.
She's been
Yeah,
busy.
she's been very busy, and hopefully we'll make her busy.
I'm pretty sure she's been there for a bit. Older keeper, if I remember the name right. Yeah, she's pretty athletic. She's smaller, but she can
Bet
get up
upper
there and
90
make some.
her. Let's do it.
Yeah, Z's
Yeah,
got it.
Z's
Z's
got
got
it.
it under control. You mentioned Gaines quite a bit in that, right? I don't know
Mhm.
how much she played tonight, but she did start against BYU. They were on the road, similar to Arizona State. Lucky us, where we got Arizona State after a 3-game road trip. We're getting Arizona after a 3-game road trip as well. While we're in the midst of our 3-game road trip. Whoa, Big 12. What are you doing to these teams? So I think they lost now 3 in a row, maybe in that road trip. But Gaines didn't play. She was until maybe a little bit of the Utah game and then some in the BYU game tonight that they tried to win. She didn't score anything in that game against BYU, but I think maybe it's one of those things. Just having her back in some form opens up their offense a little bit, but they have some good offensive players. It's not dissimilar to Arizona State, where there's good soccer players on this team. Like, this is not a team that is lacking necessarily high-level players. They just haven't been able to get goals. I don't think they had scored in, like, you can pull up their stats. They hadn't scored in a minute, Tyler, like a month. And then they scored 2 tonight on the road in a tough environment to play in at BYU. So, lucky us, we get them feeling a little bit more confident about themselves, but hopefully we'll be able to take care of business. One thing I will say is they'll probably have a different game plan because it's Macy Blackburn and people know who they are. But both times I've seen Arizona play was Oklahoma State and then the first half against BYU before our game started tonight. Respectfully, I guess it would be left back is just not athletic enough to stay with Macy Blackburn unless they throw more ball. I'm being honest. Macy's going to like barbecue chicken cooker if they don't. That's as respectful. It's not very respectful, but it's the truth. As I can say it watching it, because I've seen her in 2 games, and BYU has similar speed down the flanks as we do, and that's what they were doing. Maybe they made an adjustment in the second half because again, I didn't get to watch it. I just saw that they came back. But Macy's gonna make that girl's life a living if they don't do something. They'll probably send someone else over there. Their right back is a little more athletic, but Kylie's over there, so hopefully she can go. I just think we're going to do a lot of work in the flanks and be able to create a lot of chances, and then it's just going to be a matter of can our forwards finish at the quality that they're capable of, that Z did tonight, into Peyton and Sam maybe can get something going. But I do think Macy and Kylie should be able to have major athletic advantages on the outside, personally. My humble opinion, if that means anything, probably not. But just eye test wise, particularly the one that should be on Macy's side. If Macy's healthy, she did, like I said, go down with an injury, but it was a hand or wrist injury. Hopefully that doesn't affect her running. I don't know if she'll play or not, but hopefully she finished the game. She'll be out there. Just don't know how that girl's going to stop her. So that's kind of where I'm at, is that like most games, and then if they overload, then people have to step up otherwise. But yeah, they gotten some players back. Lucky us, like Tomstead. They're feeling good about themselves because they came back and won, but there are some things that we have to figure out because, like, that was weird. And so figure that out and move forward. You see, we did move up to number 12 in the RPI. We've been talking about that since Monday. Like, hey, guys, the opportunities are there from this team. We're going to keep moving up, and that we took a big jump with a top 50 win tonight. And Arizona State stayed in the top 50 as of now. So the live updating, we'll see what the one in tomorrow is. So that's a top 50 win for you. Arizona is kind of lower because they had that tough stretch. But you need to get it done. I think they're in the 90s. But what about Massey? Massey seems to respect Arizona a lot more than RPI. Shocking. Sorry. RPI is in our favor this year, but I'm not really a fan of it. So I got to talk less shit about it this year, though, because it's like helping us for once.
Yeah, Massey does favor this Arizona team a lot better than the RPI does. He has them at 55. For reference, we're at 10. He has their offense.
I like that you call the computer he, but I guess the person that developed it was a he, so
True.
that's fair.
That is. It's all lucrative. Anyway, the offense is at a 47 score. We're at a 25. Their offense, as I said, I mean, if y'all did not listen to the whole plethora of names that I just listed out, obviously their offense is going to be rated way higher than their defense, especially since their goalkeeper let up quite a bit of goals. But their defense is at a 63, not too bad. We're at a 12, obviously, because we have the best defense in the world. Sometimes. Today we fell a little short, but it's okay.
We will
on Sunday. We will on Sunday have the best defense in the world.
It was more like it was kind of Houston-y, where it was more like our possession, like just turning it over was getting us in trouble more than anything.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, we don't know, but it won't happen again. Massey says 54% chance for us to win with a 2-1 score prediction. I'm gonna go on a limb and say we're gonna win 2-0 against the Wildcats. And goal-wise, I'm gonna have to just.
We haven't been predicting goals.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I'm gonna go safe, and I'm gonna go with Z. I've been trying to pick creative, but I think Z's just gonna come in clutch for us. So.
I'm gonna go creative because I can't help myself. You're the serious one over here. Macy Blackburn is gonna get a goal in this game. She's gonna cook that girl like barbecue chicken and just take one for herself. because that girl ain't staying with her. There's just no way. I just don't see it. Now that they're probably gonna have an adjustment for that because they're good coaches and they're probably gonna have more people than her over there, and then this is not gonna come true. But that means someone else in the middle is gonna be there. So if they do that, then Peyton Parsons is gonna come through. It's been a couple games. Peyton usually gets hot again. So
She's been very,
one
very
of
close.
those.
She's like on the brink.
Yeah, if we wanted like a deep sleeper, a very deep sleeper.
Okay.
Shout out Emma Torres. We didn't mention this yet, but came
yes.
back. Hasn't played since September 14th. Immediately came to the game tonight and took like a deep shot that just went right of goal. What if Emma Torres gets some run in this? I don't know. She might be on a not gonna play that quickly after playing plan coming back from injury. I don't know, but it was good to see her get some run. She was becoming a pretty good rotation piece for this team before going down injured, but good to see that she's back. We were starting to see hints that maybe she was coming back soon, and that was good to see. That could be really important for this stretch run, just to have one more body that could go out there and just she can make tough shots.
For sure.
We've seen it. So to have her out there, I think will be big for this team moving forward, but we'll see if she plays or not. So that's a deep sleeper, but I'm going to go Macy. You're going to go Z. It's probably going to be Macy 2Z.
Yeah.
No, Z is going to assist Macy for a goal.
Okay.
Because tonight was such batshit crazy soccer. Why not? Let's have
just
an
do
opposite
it.
day. Let's just get the win. I don't really care as usual. Get 3 points. Come home. Get a little rest on you for a big week next week. But it all starts with this. Next week doesn't matter as much if you don't win this one, as they say.
That's correct.
Go team. Good stuff. Wild game. Wild and woolly. Thank you, Taylor Strudeski. We'll put you on our wheel.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to the other football, also in Tempe, crossing paths. Maybe they'll get to hang out. I don't know. But they're going to be up there taking on Arizona State. The defending Big 12 champions made a run in the college football playoff. That's what we want to do this year. They're 4-2 right now, 2-1 in conference. Their starting quarterback did not play last week when they got thumped by Utah, 42-10. They also lost to Mississippi State earlier this year on the road in that one too. What else do you have, Tyler? And then I'll give whatever thoughts I have. But you got the real stuff.
Yeah, I think it's quite funny that a lot of the
Okay.
podcasts that I was gathering a lot of the information from and these analysts, they really just want to talk about us when we're playing Arizona State because they really don't. The biggest question right now is will Arizona State's quarterback, who's listed under questionable, Sam Levitt, will he even be playing on Saturday? It sounds like he has been taking
Sounds like he's gonna play.
first team reps, but even then, I'll bring this up later, but it's going to bring up a big question about his mobility against our star defense, and it's just going to cause a bunch of issues. But that's been the biggest thing. Some notes about our team that I think were pretty cool stat-wise is we have the second best, highest odds to like win our conference, and like I'm not trying to say that we're the second best to win the Big 12. Like we're favored to win the Big 12, but like out of all the Power 4 conferences, we have the best chances to like win the conference. I'm trying to explain this, but like Miami's number 1, for example. They have the best odds to win. Like they have the highest odds. Y'all catch my drift.
You get it.
Yes.
You're right now. We probably have the highest odds to punch our ticket to college football.
That
playoff
sounds a
because
lot
you get an
better.
automatic
Yes,
bid.
that sounds a
We'll
lot
go with
better.
that.
We'll go with that. Yeah. Second highest odds to get an automatic bid into the college football playoff. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
We are 7th right now in rushing rate. We are 12th in yards per carry, 11th in yards after contact, and 12th in explosive runs. Yeah, look at us being a running, rushing
We're
school.
doing that without our like supposed to have starting running back. People
Clinton
remember
Joyner.
this is our second and third string running back. Like this is craziness. Anyway.
It's super cool to see this. Also, this is interesting because Barron's also been on the day-to-day list, but
I think he's more questionable than Sam,
Sam
to be
Levitt.
honest. But it's Barron, so like you never count that guy out.
right. And I mean,
You're gonna have to lock him up.
And I mean, this is an interesting stat that I brought up because when Barron's on the field, we average about 5.4 yards per carry. But when Will Hammond's on the field, obviously because Will Hammond is more of our rushing quarterback, we average 7.5 yards per carry. So honestly, if we want to play this whole running game and we don't want to just risk Barron furthering hurting his injury, or if Barron can only play for a little bit to get those deep passes in and we want to go ride with Will, like a lot of them said that they like our second quarterback option way better than whoever Arizona State has, who has
Oh, absolutely. Not a
done not
question.
great at all.
No.
They're
He's a veteran, but
yeah,
no,
no,
he's not one of them.
absolutely not. So that's the big thing they were saying. Again on Sam Levitt, he apparently wore a boot last week versus Utah, but then as I said, the biggest thing is his mobility. If he's not able to move around in that pocket, whenever our defense, which literally has one of the best which is the best pass rushing defense in the entire country, he's not going to have time. It was the same thing we have with Jalen Daniels, but like now, like Jalen Daniels was able to move. Like if Sam Levitt has this foot injury, he can't be doing all this crazy stuff on it like he can to try to get a deep pass and then to try to get us to like, catch us off guard. And even then, he doesn't really do a whole lot of deep passing. He's more of a rushing quarterback in general. So it's just like we can't let him, find gaps and get open, but it's also like when we're rushing at him, he's not going to like he can't I mean, he's not trying to get hurt. He's trying to win them the game. So it's just kind of like this game
Yeah,
that we're playing right now with that.
we'll see, but I don't think Arizona State would trot him out there if he didn't have enough mobility.
True.
So I don't think he'll be a statue back there because they're not gonna. He's a an NFL graded quarterback, so they're not
For
gonna
sure.
risk his health. So sounds like he's been doing better in practice, but yeah, it might end up being a battle of backups, even if both the starters start. Like if they take a hit, it could quickly be. I think Levitt will start. I just don't know if he'll finish the game. That's kind of where I'm at. I think he'll start. Their offensive line is. They just lost their starting center for the year, and they got just murdered against Utah. I know Sam wasn't there, so like maybe that guy was holding the ball longer and all that, and that could be some of it. But if Utah's defensive line, who's good, did that to them, imagine what ours could do. If they're healthy, Romello Height for us has been questionable all week as well. And SGH is officially out. He's not playing in this. So we will be down some guys ourselves, but still. As long as Romello and David are there.
We should be fine. And I mean, like the only scary thing on here is like Sam Levitt when he was healthy, he has an 84.4 rushing grade against pressure, which is the second best amongst all quarterbacks in the Power Four. And the point is like if you don't bring him down, he can scramble all over you. But hopefully we don't let that happen because Texas Tech's defense leads the nation in 3 out of the 4 stats, and I think that's really cool. We have a 96.3 defensive grade. We have a
That's absurd.
92.2 team pass rush grade and a 96.4 defensive run grade. And then when we look at what we lead in the Power Four as far as coverage grade, we're second in the country with 92.9. So I mean, defensive school right here. I mean, what Shell Wood's been able to do
It's wild.
is just wild. And just
Ooh,
this
give
year,
him a raise.
literally, give him a raise because leading in 3 out of the 4 of those stats is just I mean, who would have ever thought that we'd be saying that? But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to our defense stopping their rushing game. Their rushing game's huge. Sam Levitt, he has 1,039 yards, 8 touchdowns, 99 completions. Their backup quarterback has 124 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 18 completions. He's not very great. That's why I like our upper hand in that quarterback
He's
battle.
more of a runner, I think.
Yes, definitely more runner.
Yeah.
And then as far as their rushing, they have a good running back. Raleek Brown has 573 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sam Levitt is second in rushing with 275 yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. No surprise there. And then Kanye Udo has 169 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving, the receivers don't get to do a whole lot, but when they do, they can make an impact. Jordan Tyson has 523 yards and 7 touchdowns. And then Shaman Matire has 160 yards and 1 touchdown. And Raleek Brown just has 124 yards receiving, so they use their running back as an open receiver. But that's pretty much Arizona State
The gist.
for y'all in a nutshell.
Fun facts, Tyler. Do you know whose brother or who is Jordan Tyson's brother?
I do not.
Jalen Tyson, who played
Oh,
for his brother. That's his
really? That's so cool.
brother. Yeah. Played for Texas Tech before transferring to Cal, and now he's plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA. That's his little brother. He started out at Colorado, and then he was one of those players that Dion basically told to leave when Dion took the job, which is crazy because now he's a lot. Some people consider him the best receiver in the Big 12. We have our guys, so I'm not going to say that, but
Right.
he's a first-round draft pick eligible receiver potentially, and his brother was a first-round NBA pick that started out at Texas Tech. So Fun facts. Could have been a Red Raider in another life if all that didn't go down with men's basketball that year. Who knows? He might have transferred to Texas Tech, but it's fine. We got our dudes, so I'm not worried. But he's a good player. He was not with the team last year when they went to the playoffs, or I think they would have made a longer run because he like broke his foot or something to end last year. So they did all that without him towards the end of the year. But he's good. So for me, I'm always concerned about our secondary. They make plays, but like they just blew a lot of coverages last year. So hopefully last week, so they have to get that fixed because Sam. Definitely, if he's healthy, he's absolutely the best quarterback we faced. Kansas last week was a good test as well, but Sam is a really good quarterback, as we've seen. But they don't have Scattaboo anymore, so I haven't been super worried. Like, I haven't been high on Arizona State all year. Like, I didn't think they'd be as good as they were last year. But it's always tough to play on the road. We just saw that with soccer. Weird things happen in these games, and so we'll see if we can keep it going. Again, wouldn't be shocked if it's close for a bit, and then we kind of pull away towards the end, especially if the quarterback situation is iffy on both sides. For us, on the positive, on the health, I do think Tristan Gentry will be back for us. He's missed a few games. Explosive punt returner for us that maybe he'll have a big moment or two.
Yes, for sure. I think it's gonna be a, like what you said, a close game at first, but then we're gonna pull away at the end. I don't know. I'm
A
not
dub is a dub.
Yeah, not gonna do score prediction, but I will do a touchdown point win prediction.
Okay.
I think we will win by, I'm gonna go with 17 points.
Okay. I have no idea what the spread is, but that would probably beat the spread. So
I think the
that's
spread is like
all those people
14,
care about.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh wow,
So,
it's gotten up that high. That's
or 11, I don't
yeah.
remember. It's double
Yeah,
digits.
should be a good one. It's an afternoon game. 3 p.m. Central Time on Fox. So look at us on all these primetime networks all the time. I don't know what to do with ourselves. Like, this is weird. And no ESPN Plus games? Like, what's going on? This is fun. Until next week when we play Oklahoma State, but it's because no one wants to watch that team. That's fine. But we're gonna get it done this week. Move to 7-0. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
7-0.
And then be in a really good spot to just have to close out the last few games and get to the Big 12 championship game. Fun times. Any final thoughts? Otherwise, take it away. You were at the softball scrimmage to give the people the last bit. We're going to have a big softball episode maybe next week or at some point to kind of recap fall in full, but Tyler will recap the last scrimmage that you got to go to on Tuesday night.
Yeah. The scrimmage on Tuesday night, we had a blast. It was super fun. Well, I think some people would say it was super fun, but it looks like the team, they did have to have one of Jerry's little, all right, let's all round up midfield and let's talk about, what are we doing wrong? I don't think they were doing really anything wrong. It was just some little minor tweaks.
Coaching.
Yeah, just coaching. Just like, guys, lock in. This is the last time y'all scrimmage in the public, in the fall. Like, leave it all out there. But it was Team Red versus Team Black. On Team Red, you had Logan Holloman, Lage Quiroga, Taylor Panel, Mia Williams, Haley Tony, Jackie Liss, Caitlin Terry, Carly Kostelneck, Nicolette Schmidt, and then Allison Dobbs came in to replace Carly. Your leaders in that was Logan Holloman, went 1 for 4.
Speed.
Opened the game with a single. Lage Quiroga, right after that, got a single right after Logan. She went 1 for 3 on the night. Taylor Panel went 1 for 3 on the night as well. She was able to get a single in there. Jackie Liss, she went 1 for 3, but she had a double, and that double was crucial into getting Caitlin Terry single, which brought in RBI, which was Jackie. So that was super huge. So it was really good to see Jackie kind of get some production in there, and then for KT's bat to get hot. KT has kind of had a pretty decent
She's
at
been
bat.
so good.
I know. I'm super excited.
Sorry. We gotta get her on the show. Caitlin,
Yes.
come on the show.
Please.
Yeah, she's been so much fun to watch. Like, good times.
Super fun.
Good times. Because, and I think Glasgow went on record with this in the media after fall ball was over, so we haven't really talked about it a lot, but like, Nyjah they kind of decided to use her in the first 2 weeks, but then wanted to rest her the rest of the fall. So we got to see her play for like the first couple of weeks of fall, but she hasn't played in a bit, and so Caitlin's really gotten to be the star out there and take that role, both at the plate and in the circle, and it's also allowed people like Des Spearman, like that we've talked about a lot on this show, being a kind of a player that's really shined, and we'll talk about her more for sure on the full recap show, but I think this fall went pretty well overall, to be honest. I was upset I couldn't go, but well, shout out, go read it. I was writing a story on Kylie Barr, and I had to get it out the next morning, so I couldn't I couldn't leave. But Tyler, the goat, was able to make it.
No, read the story on Kylie Barr. Circling back to soccer real quick. Very, 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 very cool story. You might cry, but it's a good story.
Oh my god, not really, but in the moment, I was like, oh, Kylie, love that, love that for her. But yeah, I'm glad she's back to playing. Cool story. This is a cool story too, though. Do you have any other thoughts on the game before I read off these commits?
Oh, yes.
Did
And
I
then
cut you off? I think I
oh
cut you off.
no,
Sorry.
no, you're good. I just finished up talking about
Caitlin
the red
Terry.
team. Caitlin Terry also had a stolen base on an error from the defense, and then there was another error that happened. I think this was when Jerry decided to call the meeting mid play because then KT was
Yeah,
able to go in and score a
coaching.
run. So she was able to go in and score a run. So I mean, she was just absolutely a menace
I swear to God, this
running
girl
out
has
there.
20 stolen bases in the fall.
You know what? I'm
That
not gonna
might be
put it
a
past it.
slight exaggeration, but
She
like,
might though.
she's had like one a game. How many games have
Yeah,
they
a
played?
lot.
It's
She might be
outrageous.
she might be inching up there. That's something that I was kind of catching on to. And then and then she also came in and pitched. Chloe started off pitching, and then she came in and pitched and finished it out. But she was doing more like contact pitches. KT was. It wasn't a whole lot of, I think, trying to go for strikeouts because she only had two on the night, but that could have just been how that went out. But the black team was definitely the hitting team of the night. Maya Davis went one
Okay.
for four.
Oh,
Scary moment at
welcome
first,
back.
yes, but there was a scary moment there with Maya, but then at first base, whenever she ran there, but then luckily she got back up. Her teammates were laughing and making fun of her for tripping over first
Did you
base.
do the
Um,
chalk outline over?
they should have. That would have been hilarious.
If they were baseball, when I worked in I mean, if you did some shit like that in baseball, the next day you'd come to the field, there would be a chalk outline over you. You couldn't get away from it. Maybe they're nicer in softball
Maybe they're
to each other.
nicer. Well, I mean, she was down for a little bit, so then like everyone was getting a little scared, and I was like, "What are we gonna do?" But then Maya was okay
I would have
afterward.
cried.
Yeah, I think I would have like had a breakdown, but it's okay. Maya is okay, everybody. There's nothing to worry about. The best center fielder in the nation is still alive, so
Most
we're all
exciting player in softball.
yes, we're all good to go there. Next, Lauren Allred, she went two for four on the night, had two crucial singles in the game. I'm gonna skip the next person I'm about to talk about because she was just absolutely like the highlight of the night. But I'm gonna read everybody else off
Okay.
first. Jazzy Burns had a big double
Okay.
that brought in an RBI and went one for four on the night. Angelina Condi went two for three and had a home run
Freshman?
that brought two RBI in, and then also had a single. And per her dad, the whole state of California loves seeing Scarlett. So
Oh, shout out the state of
yeah,
California for watching
thank
Seeing
you,
Scarlet.
thank
Appreciate
you. That's
y'all.
a big
Say hi
state.
in the
Yes.
chat. Give us a say
Go
hi in
say
the
hi.
comments. Love
We
y'all. That
appreciate
is a
that.
big state.
And then Des Spearman, she had a double and then she had a home run that brought in two RBI. She went two for three on the night. And then I'm pretty sure that there's a player that we have not mentioned yet that we've been talking about has really been the star of softball. Alana Johnson, everybody. Three for four. Her first at bat, guys, she brought in a home run. There was two people on base, so she brought in a total RBI of three. Insane home run. I mean, it was beautiful. It was out to left field, way over the trees. I mean, it probably hit the highway.
Hmm.
That ball was long gone. And then later on, there was only one at bat that ended up becoming like a pop fly out. But then the other hit she had was a double and then a single. Went three for four on the night. Absolutely looked great out there. Shout out to Alana Johnson. Deserves all her flowers. And then also another person that was really giving the black team trouble as far as defensively goes until they've hit their stride was Taylor Panel. I know we don't, we talk about third base and how important that is out there, but I mean, I got to say, there was this insane catch she made. Dez, like, hit
Okay.
that ball so fast, like, the reaction time had to be on point. And I'm just saying that I'm so glad we have um, all SEC, whatever team she was, and first team, whatever she was, third, should be all first team
All
all
American.
American,
Yeah.
third baseman,
All the
Taylor Panel, all
things.
the things Taylor Panel because that catch was just insane and she was able to get Dez out right there. And I mean, that is the plays that wins you the Women's College World Series. She also had another great play. Maya Davis, the speedster, was hit a grounder over to third base and somehow Panel was able to grab it and throw it to first and get Maya out. was able to get Maya out. And I'm not
Well,
talking this was a fast
damn,
grounder. Like,
Taylor,
this was a grounder that
chill.
had, like, time. Maya had it perfectly. And then Taylor just went up, like, came up a little bit, grabbed it,
She's
threw
been
it out,
really
and
good.
Hunter was going crazy. And we know that if Hunter is cheering and smiling, if Hunter is
It's
smiling,
true.
then something good
He's
really,
really hard
really
on
happened.
them.
Like, really, really good happened. So, shout out to Taylor and shout out
He
to
has
Alana.
really high standards, which is why they're always so good on
Yes.
defense by the end of the year. But man, you impress Hunter, you've done something.
Yes. Oh, and then following up with Des, she had 7 strikeouts on the night, and then Sam came in later for that team and had 4 strikeouts. So they definitely look great pitching wise. That black team was just. So I don't know what was in the water with the black team, but dang, they were on fire.
They might have been feeling that it was their final day of fall ball, and they're excited to get a little bit of a break. As much as they love softball,
Right.
they've been practicing a lot.
I know.
What do they get, like 15 hour, 20 hours or something of practice for the last 3 weeks in the fall? So they're probably like, think this is the last. This is the
Yes.
last one. They're having fun out there,
For sure.
and you probably saw that. So, yeah, big stuff. I'm sorry y'all didn't get to watch them. We literally told you. I mean, how many of these? We've recapped like 4,000 scrimmages
Literally.
over the last 2 weeks, and told y'all to go watch them. Well, your time has gone up. Yeah, I can't speak because I'm so exhausted, Tyler. I think we're both done for. It's late. But anyway, you ran out of time on them, but you get to see them in the spring. Schedules should come out soon. I've seen some baseball schedules getting released. TCU's did the other day. I bet Texas Tech does soon.
Ours
so that
already
makes me
got
hope
released for baseball, so.
Oh, did it?
Mhm.
I missed that. Sorry, baseball. Should be better than that. We'll talk about baseball in the spring. We just don't cover their fall ball games. But yeah, so yeah, maybe softball will be next. I've heard some murmurs of maybe some fun midweeks after all. We'll see if those come together. And I can't wait. I'm just so excited. But yeah, we'll do a full fall ball, our standouts, our surprises. If we can get a player or a coach on, we'll do that at some point here in the next week or two for you guys as well. If you have any requests, drop it in the comments. There's lots of options, but if y'all have like a favorite, we'll reach out and ask about that particular person. Like we'll bring anybody on. So, real quickly, they got 2 new commits this week as well. Class of 2027, Taylor Poland, a 3-star per Softball America, an outfielder from Orange Beach, Alabama.
That's where
So we
that's
have
like near
Lana.
Gulf Shores.
Is Lana Johnson from Alabama? Maybe
She's from
maybe
Mississippi.
2 Alabama
She's from
players?
Mississippi. She's from the SIP.
Dang it!
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like saying that someone's from Oklahoma when they're from Texas. I'm sorry, Alana. I apologize. They don't like each other there. That's bad of me. She's from that area. And then they got Amaya del Olmo. Class of 2026. So you will see next fall ball. You will be seeing this player playing a catcher, outfield, third base, everything player from Moore Park, California. So shout out for our California listeners and viewers wherever you're watching this or listening. You got another one coming next year. So maybe your family's watching. So yeah, we're starting to pick up California players. I don't believe she's ranked or anything, but if you're taking like diamond in the rough type players, take them from California. She's a power hitter. Both of these players can hit. You go look at their stats and stuff. We'll break down the class of 2026 more in depth. Not very long from now. Signing day is in like 3 weeks or something. So we'll probably do episodes on for all the sports that have classes. There's a huge Lady Raider class. There's a pretty big soccer class, and there's a handful for softball. So we'll do some videos on them in a few weeks once they're signed, sealed, and delivered, and the coaches and all that can finally talk about them, because the coaches are not allowed to talk about these players until they sign. So hopefully we can get some more info on them and kind of get those perspectives for you and put that out there. So that's softball. It's been a joy. Fun watching them. Can't wait for spring. It's not too long, a few months from now. And we'll get back at it. So, yeah. Again, you have any interview requests, let us know. Drop it in the comments or shoot us a message elsewhere, and we'll do our best over the next few weeks as they have a little more free time now, maybe, to come on and do that type of stuff. We'll wrap up the show with what we told you all at the beginning of the show. Again, only thing in town this weekend is volleyball, so go check out volleyball. They are playing number 19 BYU on Saturday at 1 p.m. Wear pink. It's the Rec Cancer. You get a pink shirt, a headband. What? I think they're calling it Dig Pink, all the things. Get it, Dig. And they did work. So I hope the students show up for them. Fans show up for them. 1 p.m. They've had a week off. Maybe they're feeling refreshed, revived ready to go. And let's go get a top 25 dub for your first Big 12 win. Just get a little good mojo going. Win a first set, and anything can happen, Tyler. What could happen?
Anything could
We played
happen.
BYU well in past years at BYU.
We really haven't. Even
It's
last
just like
year,
we couldn't quite finish them.
even though like
but
we didn't
maybe
five
at
set
home.
them last year at BYU, they still though the sets were very, very close. Like there is
Yeah, it was
opportunities.
competitive.
Yeah, so
So I think this team needed to get home and have a little bit of a break. They've had a tough stretch. So
for sure.
I'm hoping it'll go well. I will definitely be watching that. If I can get there in person, I'll try. Take some pictures. If not, I'll watch it and can't wait to hype up the win on our next episode, whatever days are hard, Monday. We're going to get to show highlights because they're going to win.
Hoping.
I'm about to break my own rules so I can show highlights of these poor players, but they're going to win and we're going to do it.
I hope.
All right, we both need to go to sleep because
Yes.
it's late. Thank you, soccer, for the thrilling game tonight, but they're over in Arizona, so it was late. We'll talk to y'all again on Monday after hopefully another soccer dub, a volleyball dub, and a football to move to 7-0 dub. All the things. Until next time, y'all know the drill.
Rack 'em.